Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this hypnosis session, you're going to be listening to hypnotherapy designed for fussy eaters that feel that there's a lot of foods that they can't try or deal with. And I was working with a client that really had issues eating food in public places or food they haven't attempted before. And they were using a word a lot, which is a very common word in the English language, which is try. And a lot of people actually have positive connotations with the word try. You know, they say like, it's good to try again. But here's the interesting thing about the word try. In a lot of different contexts, it actually has the presupposition of failure. So it's like, oh, I'll try. Through that tonality, it has this connotation of, well, you might attempt it, but it's not going to go well. And this particular client I was working with would use that to describe experiencing new foods that they hadn't had before without realizing there would be a connotation that it wouldn't go well and they wouldn't either enjoy or be able to eat those particular foods. So what this hypnosis session really is a reframe to get them thinking about choosing rather than trying, because choosing comes from a place of empowerment. You either choose to do or not do rather than try with the expectation of failure. Also, this was a very competitive client, very successful in sport. So there is an element of gamification here where we actually create this idea of a game of red, amber, and green. And red are all the foods they've never even attempted before. And amber are ones that they've attempted a few times, but not got to the point where they feel that they could eat them whenever they wanted to. So that would be the amber. And then the green is almost like the safe list. And the safe list would be all of those foods they can just know that they can eat whenever they're hungry or whenever they feel like eating. There's certain foods that they have a high level of belief that they could eat in whatever the circumstances would be. Therefore, we've now got a game. And the game is to attempt or choose foods from the red list, almost in low stakes environments where it's a shot to nothing. And then if they decide that they don't like that, then that's still a victory, because a lot of people don't like certain foods. You know, there's lots of foods I don't like. You know, I've attempted them, I don't like them, I'm not going to eat them again. That's completely fine. But by attempting things on the red list, they either know they don't like them or it moves to the amber list. So it's not quite the safe list yet, but they have had experience. And maybe they had a few mouthfuls, and maybe they ate the meal alone, but not around other people. That gets it onto the amber list. And then for anything on the amber list, the goal is to get it to the green list through repetition, but also eating it in different circumstances. So if you feel like you're a fussy eater or know someone, and by the way, that term fussy eater is just a value judgment. Fussy is entirely depending on the individual, but if you can relate to that term, and there's so many foods that you feel are off limits for you, either because of the food or the context where you eat them, you might get some value from this session. And if you like this kind of stuff, there's actually some free gifts that I have, free downloads, free access to courses, all in the description. So if you like more of what I do, click the description, have a look at some of those things I'm offering completely free. But for now, you might get some value from this session. So find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in that resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow any feelings of worry, stress, or tension to feel like it's leaving your body in that outward breath. On the next inward breath, breathe in for longer and deeper than you normally would. And as you exhale, if you haven't already, just allow your eyelids to close. And notice that with your eyes closed, how much easier it is to focus your attention on the sound of my voice. Breathing in relaxation and exhaling that tension. That's it, just scan your body for any clues of stress or worries. Focus on the location, and as you breathe in that feeling of resourceful relaxation, give permission to release. To release that tension, imagine it leaving your body as dark shadows in your outward breath, breathing in those resources you need and exhaling any feelings or emotions that aren't helping you right now. Feel your muscles relaxing. Firstly, in your shoulders, your chest, around your face. Almost as though your body is remembering what it feels like to really relax, to really let go now. Letting go of anything it doesn't need to carry in this moment. And then another deep breath in. That's it. And with each breath, just feel that release. Find yourself sinking a little deeper into comfort, into calm, into stillness. And here, in this place, your conscious mind can take a step back so that your imagination can take a step forward. You already know you like to play games, sport, to win. And I wonder if your imagination can begin to play a new game, a game of confidence, curiosity, and choice. Breathing in and breathing out. And I wonder if you can use the power of your imagination to imagine a traffic light. You could imagine you're in the car or by the side of the road, and just imagine seeing that traffic light with the green, the amber, and the red. Hold that thought and then imagine being in a comfortable place in your own home, a place where you feel relaxed. And I wonder if you could imagine a glowing console. And the console also has the 3 colors of the traffic light: green, amber, and red. And you can think of this console as controls, a dashboard, an interface for your very own Food Explorer game. And just by being here, listening to my voice, and thinking of red, amber, and green, you are already winning because you are already playing. Because this is a game about discovering more options, more choices, nothing you have to do and everything you get to do, to give you a future of more comfort and more freedom. And I want you to think about the green colour, and let's call it the green zone. And the green zone represents all of those foods that you already know that you like and already know that you're comfortable eating. You've tasted them, you enjoy them, you feel good eating them, and you can eat them anywhere, by yourself, in front of family or friends. These are your reliable choices. And whenever you're feeling uncertain, stressed, or overwhelmed, or just want something familiar, green zone foods are there for you. Consider this your safety net, your fortress. And then imagine the amber zone. And these are all the foods that you have experienced before. You've tasted them, smelt them, sometimes even enjoyed them. This is the area, the no man's land. And maybe they go to green, or maybe they go to the blacklist. But it's too early to know yet. Maybe you need more time. Maybe you need to experience them in a different place or with different people, or when you're feeling a different way. And that's okay, because amber foods are there for exploring when you feel safe, curious, or comfortable. And maybe you're more comfortable when you're eating alone, or feeling calm and relaxed. And you can choose something from this zone and just see what happens. A family meal might be 2 things from the green zone and 1 thing from the amber zone. You just get to experience. And then think of the red zone. And the red zone is the most exciting zone, because this zone holds all of the foods that you haven't chosen yet. You can't have decided if they're right for you or not, because you haven't experienced them yet. Maybe you haven't had the opportunity, or you didn't feel like it, and that's okay. I want you to get a sense that these are your unknowns, new experiences. But instead of pressure, red foods are like bonus levels in a game. You don't have to like them, but even just testing them is a win. And you're choosing to test them with no obligation you can smell them, taste them, nibble them, or eat them. All of the options are yours. Just to find out if they've got what it takes to move from the red zone to the amber zone. And wherever they go, you win. If you don't like it, and you know that for sure, you can choose to put it on your blacklist. And you never need to revisit or even think about that food again. And if it's okay or even enjoyable, it's too early to put it on the green list. So it moves to amber. And you can experience it again later when you choose to. And only after time in amber, when you've tasted it, enjoyed it, and experienced it in different situations, when you come to the conclusion that you feel totally comfortable, when you've eaten it, even in front of strangers, only then does it earn its way into your green zone. Because this isn't about forcing or trying. This is about choosing. You choose what to taste. You choose when. You choose how far to go. You choose if you eat that thing around other people or privately. If you eat it mindfully or mindlessly. If you eat it fast or slow, these are all choices that you get to make. And you're not trying to win or trying not to lose. You're choosing to just play the game, to grow, to experience. And every time you think about food, I wonder if you can feel more curious than cautious. Because it can be a winnable game for you, your game. And when there's no failing, there's just learning. Because when you feel very comfortable with that amber food, it moves to green. And the more your green zone list grows, the more choices you have. And when you eat out, a busy restaurant, or feel that you're feeling stressed or pressured, that's the time to choose those foods from your green zone. And when you're feeling playful or comfortable, you might choose amber. And if you're feeling courageous, adventurous, mentally strong, even just playful, maybe you choose one or two things from the red zone just to see. Because now you know that you are in control. You get to choose. You no longer try, you choose. You choose them, you test them. And every experience makes you more discerning, knowing what you feel comfortable with, what you like, and what you don't like. You are a food explorer, curious, brave, discerning. And every time your green zone grows, one choice at a time, feels like a victory. That when you choose those red foods or amber foods, you could be discerning about how you make it more winnable for you, how you find the higher ground. And maybe you could imagine yourself a year from now. Imagine yourself eating foods that right now are on your amber zone, but in the future will be in your green zone. Get a sense that your green zone is growing and growing until you have so many choices that no location, no situation feels daunting. No environment feels pressured because you have so many choices upon which to choose. Get a sense that this is your future, a winnable future of exploration, testing, choosing, and winning. But it's time to return all the way back to the here and now, taking these new ways of thinking with you. You are choosing and choosing to have more choices. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Connect and calibrate into the here and the now. That's it. As I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.